Hi, welcome to another Tarot and Oracle review walkthrough. I'm bringing you yet another Lucy Cavendish Oracle. Don't I just love her? So we've got the Fairy Blessing cards here and the artist Amy Brown, that wonderful illustrator artist. Amy Brown is fascinating, and at the back of the book is an explanation. The book is a normal Blue Angel book, but at the back of the book is an explanation how she started in her full-time career as an artist. Wonderful story of that. So Blue Angel is your typical box, nothing special, but I think they're very sturdy and well worth it. So on the back is that shiny aspect of the pictures just slightly above the print, makes it special. The Fairy Blessing cards. So, lovely. Healing gifts and shining treasures from the realm of enchantment. So there you have it. A beautiful green, emerald green box. So we like that. So the book is the normal Blue Angel book, as I said, with beautiful illustrations by Amy. Wonderful artist. Wonderful, wonderful. And a few spreads here. These got the 7-pointed star of the fairies, that they like the 7. And also there's a card, the Wheel of the Year spread, which only has 8 cards in it. Don't know why, but there you go. Which is pretty ordinary. And then it just explains each card with it. But the good thing about this book is they use fairy language or pagan language, Celtic language. So they explain in the front what the meanings are. So you've got each one and pronunciations, because not all of us can speak Gaelic or Celtic. That's from Irish and Scottish. Don't you like Lord of the Rings and things like that, when they make up their own language? Very clever, that. And Star Trek did that as well. Anyway, without further ado, from languages and the history of language, we'll get into the walkthrough. So the cards are this high and beautiful green on the back, very colour green from the heart. And the card stock is absolutely wonderful, really thick, so it lasts a long time. And you need these cards to last a long time, because you don't want to be replacing them all the time, because Lucy just keeps bringing more Oracle cards out, as you know, from my reviews. So let's have a look through this pack. There are 44 cards. Seems to be her magic number of cards. So Amy Brown, fantastic. Thank you so much, Amy Brown, for such wonderful artwork. You've got me inspired anyway. So, a blessing of the Seelie. So if you don't know what Seelie is, it's a good fairy. Or at least the Seelie have an affinity with humans, where the Unseelie, the next card, does not. So that's one of those things. Sometimes humans can be quite inhumane, can't they? Or maybe humane in not honouring nature or fairies. So, you know, we can't judge fairies who don't like humans, you know, because it's always with a reason, isn't it? But the Seelie, they have an affinity with humans and they will work with you. So that's number 1. So this is a blessing of the Unseelie. They're a bit more wary, a bit more distanced, but they're still beautiful fairies and they still do a wonderful job. They're just cautious of humans, a bit like foxes at some stages, and all wild animals. A blessing of the Butterfly Queen. Oh, wonderful. So how beautiful is that card, and the illustrations of Amy Brown. Beautiful. A blessing of rapture. Rapture. So it's being in awe of something. This is a very elf little fairy. A blessing of honesty. How sweet. The next one, a blessing of stillness. In the stillness of the moment, we find our answers. When we turn away from the busyness of our thoughts, of our heart, and go into intuition. So this is why winter is such a great time, because sometimes it's covered in snow and everything's silent. A blessing of Erwin, and she's on the back of this book that I showed you. So a very special card indeed. And a blessing of movement. Silently moving through the winter trees. On a friend. A blessing of Ain. I'm no good at pronouncing this Celtic. Really bad. A blessing of connection. It does say in the book how to pronounce that. A blessing of shining ones. Blessing of Erwin. A beautiful first fairy. A blessing of Ninfrey. As I said, I do not pronounce the words. Very bad at languages, me. A blessing of the white heart. You may know the white heart as being one of those spiritual blessings of purity and innocence. And if you see a white heart, then you're truly blessed from spirit world. Okay, a blessing to undo an unfortunate gears. And it explains in the book what that is. A blessing of elf locks. Elf locks are very lucky. There is a chant in the book while you're making your elf locks, and that's a good luck fortune. So you may have seen macrame, and when pagan witches do the knots, they do a spell or a poem, so to speak, when they do it to make it lucky. It's what friendship bracelets are all about, if you remember them. Very popular a few years ago, or decade or so. It'll come back in fashion, just you wait. A blessing of the green. That's a green heart, very yellow green. A blessing of the sight. So you probably see with these reviews, walkthroughs, that Lucy likes to bless you in many aspects. Dreams. Glamour. Beltane dew. Ever young, and that's on the front of the book. Oh, a gift of laughter. A gift of laughter. The pink unicorn. How blessed are we to have a pink unicorn. A blessing of the wildness. A blessing of power. I like this card. She's sitting by this huge statue of a mermaid, which is an indication of really powerful pushing forward in all that emotion, but also in all that depth. Amazing distances mermaids cover. So this is just a demonstration of that, perhaps. Determined to help you. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. We all need a little bit of help from time to time with people and circumstances. You'll love this one. The blessing of the mothers. Oh, sweet. The gift of sharing. Very special, not only on birthdays, Christmases, but every day we can share something, whether it's a smile or a very, very kind word, and that's a blessing indeed. A blessing of the liminal space. Lucy does go on about certain worlds, and that's the liminal space there for you. Blessing of time. Ay, ay, ay. Time. Whether you're waiting for something or you're just running out of time, it's a funny concept, is time. A blessing of LIVETAROT. Beautiful card. A blessing of the grouping fae. Oh, and a gorgeous unicorn. Thank you, unicorn. Oh. A blessing of stability. Wow. You could perhaps practice this at the weekend. A good balancing act. A blessing of fairy magic. Thank you, fairies, for producing magic. Oh. A blessing of Bridget's flame. Whoa. Blessing of belief. Thank you, we need that. Of healing. Your fantastic dragon. Of Anam Kara. Looks like Gemini. Twins. Gemini twins. The heart's calling. Sorry. And Queen Mab. Queen Mab. And clear foresight. Very dreamy card. Of Fairy Guardian. Oh, that's a lovely illustration by Amy Brown. And the light touch. Oh, how gorgeous are these cards? Beautiful. Being understood. Very important. And the last one is a blessing of a safe place in the world. And I do hope you do feel safe. It's one of the first aspects of the Maslow triangle, safety and security. So there you have it, some amazing fairies, dragons and unicorns and beautiful flowers. So thank you for walking through the oracle with me, and I will be doing these in the Fairy Blessing weekly reads. So thank you for watching, and lots of love to you, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.